could that be?
SoapNet. Every day, a new twist.
All right, Chelsea, change the 2 o'clock appointment to a 3 o'clock appointment. And no, I will not speak in front of the League of American Businesswomen for the 3rd consecutive year. But yes, I will attend, and I will give my usual donation. Get me Oscar Nolan on the phone and... Jack Finelli. All right, look, I've got a couple of minutes, but please make him aware of my schedule, will you? Now, after you get Oscar... Hi. That'll be all, Schultze.
I've heard reporters writing their own obituaries, but I'm the only one I know who's written his own resurrection.
2 key witnesses for the defense didn't show up.
The flu, the subway system.
One sent a letter from his physician, and the other slept till 10 o'clock and lives 4 hours outside of New York City.
Typical day in court.
At Judge Sullivan, no less. Thanks. Well, I've been wanting to make this call all day.
What do you want me to tell Mr. Lester if he phones this morning?
Tell him I'll get back to him tomorrow. Georgia, last night was the most extraordinary evening.
Oh, you mean with that Smith fellow?
Yeah. It winds up that he knew my father very well. Oh. He's an art historian, but his great passion is archaeology.
And he wants a divorce?
No more exciting than that. He wants me to investigate the character and career of an extraordinary Egyptologist.
I beg your pardon?
An expert in Egyptian history and culture. You know, pyramids and pharaohs and artifacts.
Mummies, evil spirits.
No, not quite. It's more like a treasure hunt. And my first clue came from my brother. He gave me the number of the ex-curator of the New York Museum.
Oh. If you go to Egypt, can I go along? I've never ridden a camel, but I could learn.
Out. Out.
Good morning.
Hello, my name is Jillian Coleridge.
Oh, look, I'm very sorry. This is a private line. How did you get this number?
Well, my brother is Dr. Roger Coleridge. He served on a panel with Mr. Roving and gave me this number.
Roger Coleridge. Oh, yes, Roger Coleridge. Roger's a wonderful fellow. I'm sorry. This is Jonas Roving. Can I help you?
Well, Mr. Roving, I'm an attorney, and I'm representing a private collector in New York City who's interested in opening negotiations with somebody that I thought you might know. Aristotle Benedict White?
Ari. Yes, of course. Our paths have crossed several times.
For years, we've been taking you to places like this and showing you the heartbreak. The children whose only mistake was being born poor. 27,000 died last night. But thousands more lived because of sponsors who made a difference in their lives and sometimes actually saved them. We know you thought about it, put it on a nice to-do list, but somehow never got around to it. Even though the phone's right there and the call's free. Maybe it kind of gets lost in how busy you are. Maybe you're just taking your time. But Breder and his friends don't have till the 12th of Never. They need you today. And you're not busy right this moment, so why not now? It's not the 80 cents a day, is it? Sponsoring a child, clean water, healthy food, a doctor to see, finally a school to go to. It's the best thing that can happen to 3 quarters and a nickel. And it's not like you feel bad after you do it. You'll feel great about sponsoring a kid every day you get up. And you don't have to worry about Christian Children's Fund. 80 cents of every dollar that comes in goes right out to help these children. So why not now? So why not now? Know what I think it is? I think you just forgot the number. So here it is. Christian Children's Fund is one of America's oldest and most trusted child sponsorship charities. For over 60 years, we're how people like you get together with children who need someone like you. So, why not now? Call now. We'll send you a picture of a child who needs you.
To be specific, I've met Mr. Benedict White twice in Cairo and once in Oxford when he was an undergraduate. Even then, his reputation was formidable.
Formidable, good or bad?
Aristotle Benedict White is a brilliant archaeologist. Through an unusual combination of intuition and sheer determination, he's won the respect of collectors, scholars, and curators all over the world. He has a broad base of knowledge, but his particular passion has been in matters relating to an obscure reign in the 19th Egyptian dynasty. A rather sad little princess called Merikara.
You said formidable before. Let's get back to that. What exactly did you mean?
Well, archaeological digs can be sponsored by governments or by museums, sometimes by corporations. But one thing is certain, they require vast amount of money. Now, Benedict White has never found trouble obtaining funds, but there have been questions raised about that.
Is this a roundabout way of telling me that he's dishonest?
No, not at all, not at all. I mean, a shade mysterious, elusive. But his work is enviable. Of course, there are archaeologists who criticize his work as being sensational, but they're the same people who give their eye teeth to find out where he gets his backing.
Mr. Roving, this information is, it's helpful, but it's not enough. Do you know anybody that's worked directly with him? A good friend, perhaps?
Well, there's Chambray in Paris, and, my old friend Prohaska at the museum in Prague.
Anyone in New York?
New York. No. Oh, you're in luck. Yes, of course. Harun al-Rashid.
Could you say that again?
Sheikh Harun al-Rashid. He's here discussing matters with our Near Eastern department. He'd be very interesting for you to meet. In his own country, he's a connoisseur and a collector. I might also add that he dabbles in oil.
But he has worked with Aristotle Benedict White.
He knows him very well. Oh, look, he has a suite at the Hotel St. Charles. It's very easy for me to arrange an appointment with him. When would you like to see him?
Congratulations.
Well, I'm a little rusty. The opening paragraphs
The
couldn't be
writing
tightened
is
up.
first rate as usual. But the congratulations is strictly personal. In my heart, I always knew you had to be innocent. Schultze, will you come in here for a second, please? Thank you.
I waited a long time to write that story.
Oh, no modest little story for Jack Vanelli. This is terrific. Schultze,
Yes, Mrs. Wood.
tell them at the city desk that I want this in a box on the front page of the next edition. And send in some champagne.
The prodigal son returns.
If you want it, Woodard Enterprises welcomes you back with open arms.
It's a deal, Ray.
Good. I still can't get over it.
Over what?
Joe Novak going to all those lengths to ruin you.
I guess he was jealous. Doesn't like me.
Forgive me, but I find it a little bit difficult to equate mere jealousy with the systematic ruin of a man's career, to say nothing of all the people who were killed along the way. What's going on with the Ryans now? After this came to light, there must have been some repercussions.
Yeah, well, Siobhan's left the Crystal Palace, sure, and she's moved back with her family, and I took my daughter home. While I was in danger, I put up with Maeve and Johnny, but we're together again now.
Jack, I'm happy for you. I am so happy for you. For the vindication, for having your daughter back again. For having your daughter in the first place. I've lost my granddaughter, so I know. Enough of that. This is your party and your moment, so let us just enjoy it to the fullest. Thank you, Schultze.
Welcome home.
Thank you, Schultze. Shall I do the honors?
No way, my friend. Your bartending days are over. This is my treat. Allow me. There you go. Thank you. All right, a toast. To my star reporter.
To the end of a long siege of unemployment.
To the draft of your next column. In by the end of the day?
I didn't realize how chilly it was. Some good Irish tea will fix that, huh? How's that table over there? Came at a perfect time. It's not too crowded. Now, this was a good idea.
I'm sorry.
Now, there's nothing to apologize
I
for.
just hate this when I fall apart.
Hey, come on. Isn't Barbara entitled to emotions just like Maggie is, huh?
No, I just can't stop crying. I've used every technique and I just can't.
You're afraid.
I'm terrified.
What? Maeve. Hey, Maeve, come on out here. Look who's here with Seneca. Hey, it's Maggie. Come back to visit us. Hi there.
Yes, very
Hi.
good. A couple of bowls of your famous homemade soup, some biscuits, and some tea.
Right. Look, I don't mean to interrupt you and Seneca, but something's been bothering me about you and Lois.
Oh, yes, that's the part that Pamela Thatcher plays.
The next time she's mean to you, why don't you just haul off and hit her?
The thought has occurred to me.
John, it's only a story.
Well, I
I'm
know.
sure off the show the woman is warm and lovely. I'm afraid you've developed quite a fan in my husband, Miss Wilde.
Oh, you couldn't say anything nicer today. I need all the fans I can get, every one of them.
Well, this is the way to treat your star, leaving her here hungry without any tea, man.
Sure. Two bowls of soup and some tea coming right now.
Nice recovery.
Was it?
They have no idea that you had a care in the world.
Maggie's so real to him, I would just hate him to know that she might be off the air soon.
Now, you don't know that for certain, do you?
For years, The Proud and the Passion has never had any trouble with the ratings. I mean, sometimes they're good and sometimes they're excellent. But the last few months, they've just been disastrous. And I'm just at my wit's end. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I mean, I insist on reality in the show, and I want to protect Maggie's integrity, and I just go mad with all the details about the hair and the makeup and the costumes, and I demand perfection from the other actors, and nothing's helping.
It's not your fault.
I could just kill the person who told us that our ratings were 4 points up, when the truth is we are still going down.
May I ask you a question?
Of course.
Is it possible to separate the two?
You mean Barbara and Maggie?
No. Barbara and the Proud and the Passionate. Is it possible to see that the show could be in trouble, but Barbara is and always will be a success?
I don't see how. This is not working. And you're right. I'm too involved, and I'm trying too hard. I just have to put the show behind me and try to get things in a rational perspective.
There you go.
Will you help me?
If I can.
I have sort of a modest little cottage in the country, upstate, a few hours from New York. And it's quaint and homey and isolated. And the leaves are turning orange and brown. And I wondered if you could come up and spend the weekend with me. We could leave Friday. And I promise you, you would not be bored.
Oh, I know I wouldn't be bored.
Good.
Wait a minute, let me clarify something. You mean a great deal to me. And I want to do everything I can to protect that relationship. Do you understand? Now, right now, your life is complicated. It's frightening. You feel you need someone to stand by you like a rock.
Yes.
Well, you can count on me, Barbara, but only up to a point. Even if I were free of Kim, I need to be uncommitted for a while. See, I'm not convinced that a weekend in the country would be the best thing for you or me, no matter how much I know I'd enjoy it.
You're quite right, of course. I mean, I tend to over-dramatize my life, too, from time to time, but the show's in trouble.
And you're upset.
When things are better, and I'm not so involved with myself, would you reconsider a trip to the country with me?
Of course.
Okay, folks. As ordered, 2 bowls of homemade soup, piping hot, and as a bonus, 2 corned beef sandwiches on the house.
John, is it my imagination, are those sandwiches bigger than usual?
Well, there might be a little extra for my friend Maggie.
Johnny, drinks for everybody. Courtesy your son-in-law, the reporter. Maeve in the kitchen.
Yeah. What's...
Seneca.
Hello, Jack.
Well, how about a big hug? Woodard Enterprises' newest star reporter.
The finest wines come from old roots.
His vines were some of the best in the valley.
They require the right touch.
I'll get the wine.
A skillful technique.
Only it's wine.
Grafting one vine to another can enhance flavor.
Don't you want a little variety?
Or bear more fruit.
That baby guarantees me a place here in Falcon Crest.
But even in the best bunches, there are a few sour grapes.
When you sleep with the devil, there's always hell to pay.
Falcon Crest today at noon on SoapNet. Watch same-day episodes of Port Charles, weekdays on SoapNet.
Where is he, Joshua? Where's Caleb?
He tried to destroy their love.
I love you.
Love me enough to come home.
Now a new enemy emerges, and the real battle begins.
No!
Every 13 weeks, a story pays off.
Now you're on my turf.
Port Charles Desire, weeknights at 11, only on SoapNet.
Port Charles, AMC, one life GA. Port Charles, AMC, one life GA. Port Charles, AMC, one life GH. Yeah.
It's so easy, 'cause your time is tight. Every day, watch today's soaps tonight.
Front page, this afternoon's edition, boxed so nobody can miss it. The saga of Jack Finelli versus Joe Novak. A little bit of self-glorification, but...
Oh, that's wonderful. I'm so proud of you.
Well, now for the real work. How's Siobhan?
Well, she's still asleep. She had a restless night, feeling angry and used, just like we all do. Have you heard from Joseph?
I showed him the story. Now, he's going, have an appointment with Vartova today, and then he goes straight to the feds.
Is Siobhan safe?
I think so, but we'll know soon enough. Now, my story confirms the fact that Joe and Siobhan have split up. Now, he's got to convince Vartova that he no longer cares for her. Then there would be no point in trying to control him by threatening his wife.
Joseph loves Siobhan. I've known that from the beginning, but I am so grateful that she is home here and out of that situation. She is safe and away from that man.
Morning, everyone. Finished dusting the upstairs. Siobhan's still asleep. Did not disturb her. But I didn't know what to do with Delia's room.
Oh, just leave it alone and close the door, my dear.
Hello, Jack. How are you?
Couldn't be better.
Well, aren't you going to share your good news with your cousin from Chicago?
Oh, I've got a new job with Woodard Enterprises. I have a story on page 1, the afternoon edition.
Oh, I'm very glad for you. I can understand what that means.
Well, Jane came to New York to pursue a journalism career.
Is that right?
No need to worry about the competition yet.
What have you done?
Not enough.
Only work her way through journalism school in Chicago, that's all.
Well, that's not bad.
I have a lengthy employment record. Unfortunately, none of the 100 different jobs I took to earn my tuition had anything to do with writing.
Oh, the tea must be
No,
black.
wait, let me get, I'll get tea. Want some?
Sure. Well, what about the college paper?
Oh, I wrote whatever they assigned me. What about you? How did you get started?
Too long a story. But I'll tell you this much, I didn't go to college, and when I started, I knew a lot less than you know now.
Direct, honest, just like your writing style. My brother Barry sent me your tear sheets from your articles for encouragement.
Ah, thank you.
PR man, first and last.
He also said that you are a fabulous person, generous to a fault, and that, you might help me get started.
Well, I guess I just might.
Could Ray do anything for her?
Well, it's possible. Why not? I could introduce you to Ray Woodard.
Great, nothing like starting at the top. When can I meet her? I'm free this afternoon.
Maeve, if there was ever any question, this young woman is definitely and thoroughly a Ryan.
Here, here.
You're watching Ryan's Hope.
Next, SoapNet gives you another chance to see yesterday's episode of All My Children.
Only on SoapNet.
If living your life in a dream world sounds appealing, you're in good company.
But that only happens in the movies.
How I rue that fateful day I let her watch The Wizard of Oz.
What do you want? So if you ever wanted to take reality and do this to it, you're not alone.
Anyone can see I'm far too young to be a grandmother. Far too young.
You're in the company of sisters. Today at 2, only on SoapNet.
In the heart of San Francisco lies the greatest mystery of all. Witness the St. Gregory, 5 magnificent stories high. Yet the elevator seems to travel 3 additional stories.
There's got to be some kind of an explanation.
See what happens on the mystery floors of Hotel, today at 1, only on SoapNet.
Hi, Michael Toland here for American Tourister and Space Bag products. If you travel as much as I do, then you usually have too much stuff and not enough space in your carry-on, your garment bag, or your suitcase. Well, if you can't make your luggage bigger, make your stuff smaller with the all-new American Tourister Space Savers by Space Bag. Here's how they work. Simply pack your items into the Space Saver, seal the airtight zipper with our patented Sure Zip sealer, and squeeze out the air through the patented one-way valve. American Tourister Space Savers are airtight, so items stay compressed and protected. You can even pack your own pillow, and it comes right back to life. With Space Savers, you can create up to twice as much space in your suitcase, in your carry-on, in your garment bag, or your backpack. American Tourister Space Savers even save hassles when you're going through security. They unpack quickly and are see-through. And never again worry about your bag not fitting. With Space Savers, you'll store the same amount in less space. Space Savers reduce wrinkling. Plus, they're watertight, so you can pack your wet swimsuit or dirty laundry right in with your clean clothes. Our medium size easily holds up to 1 sweater, a pair of pants, and 2 shirts. And our large size easily holds 1 parka, 1 trench coat, and a sweater. You can find American Tourister Space Savers by Space Bag at retail stores nationwide. But you can only get this offer on TV. If you call now, you'll get 3 medium and 3 large size for only $19.95. Plus, we'll send you free an additional medium American Tourister Space Saver and this hangable vacuum seal storage pack by Space Bag. Just vacuum out the air. They're great for travel or even home storage. But that's not all. As a special bonus, we'll include this soft travel pillow with a pocket-sized carry case. Altogether, this package is a $49 value. You pay only $19.95. But you must call now. Here's how to order.
Call to order this exclusive TV offer from American Tourister and Space Bag. You receive 3 medium and 3 large bags for only $19.95. Plus, you receive free 1 medium and 1 hangable bag and a free travel pillow. Call 1-800-452-6655.
Thank you.
Miss Gillian Coleridge, Sheikh Harun al-Rashid.
Miss Coleridge, please, come in.
Thank you.
Will there be anything else, sir?
Yes, the suits that you ordered were quite satisfactory. Order 8 more. I want 3 in silk, 3 velvet, and 3 in a more modest tweed.
As you wish.
Your things are beautiful. I assume that they weren't provided by the hotel.
Quite correct. I take them with me wherever I go. I have a need to be surrounded by beauty and mystery. It is an addiction that I share with other passionate collectors.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate your seeing me in such short notice.
Jonas Roving is a trusted friend. He said, "Open sesame," and my doors were open to you.
Were those his exact words?
Actually, he mentioned the name of an old friend of mine, Aristotle Benedict White.
How long have you known him?
Ari and I met each other at Oxford, where I had returned as a graduate student some years ago. He was an amusing fellow. He unsettled the dons with the most intense kinds of questions.
Such as?
For example, we had a professor who had discovered certain references to an Egyptian artifact, an amulet which was known to be on the underground market in Egypt somewhere. The professor had taken photographs of the piece, which he related to the other materials in the class. He spent 2 years looking for the amulet and gave up. Ari never gives up. He is infuriated by failure. He rode the professor so mercilessly that the man exploded and he said, Mr. Benedict White, if you are so bloody interested in the amulet, go to Egypt and find it yourself.
And did he? He did.
Under the most spectacular circumstances, of course. I was in Egypt myself at the time, on a dig. Ari appeared with the object, a most astounding piece from the 18th century.
Oh, well, this one you have here?
This? Hardly. This is a trinket that dates back to 1980. A fraud, but it was sold to a museum in Paris for $800,000. Happens every day. But the amulet that Benedict White found was genuine.
$800,000?
How did he find it? He claims to have discovered it in a village and purchased it there from a child in a village called Kurna, known as the village of thieves.
Well, that's fascinating.
Yes, and most unlikely, too.
Well, why is that?
Because in Kurna, a child with such an object in his possession would not live more than 10 days.
Killed?
By his own father, if the price was right.
But was this stolen? Or was it obtained in any kind of dishonest way?
The following summer, Ari organized a dig of his own on the island of Crete. He financed the expedition with the money he received from the sale of the amulet. See, even as an undergraduate, Ari was an enterprising fellow.
I'm having difficulty getting a handle on this man.
Perhaps matters in the East are less clearly defined than in the West. But you do look puzzled.
I am.
Tell me. Why are you seeking this information?
Well, my client is interested in hiring Aristotle Benedict White for a special project.
What kind of special project?
Well, that I am not at liberty to say.
Tell your client that I guarantee if Ari is interested, he will produce the most fantastic results.
But whom will they serve? My client or Mr. Benedict White?
A perceptive question, Miss Coleridge. In serving others, Ari frequently serves himself.
Miss an episode? Catch up with yesterday's All My Children and One Life to Live. Then stay tuned for General Hospital, only on SoapNet.
Witness a woman's struggle.
Is that the truth?
A dog becomes the perfect target.
You're a malfunctioning $30 million weapon.
Matt Damon. I'm on my own side now.
The Bourne Identity. Order it now on Blockbuster pay-per-view movies.
Tablespoons of underway now for 19.
What is that?
Next time, try Locks and Limits. Control what your kids watch with a touch of a button. DirecTV. Happy watching.
I never knew you had a twin.
SoapNet. Every day, a new twist.
Jack, what can I do for you?
Ray, I'd like you to meet Elizabeth Jane Ryan.
Elizabeth Jane Ryan.
Jane just arrived from Chicago.
She's Barry Ryan's sister.
Ah, well, in my experience, the Ryans are a very interesting client.
Well, I'm not quite sure how to take that. It's like the old curse, may you live in interesting times. Interesting isn't always good.
Well, I meant it as a compliment. I don't like dull people. Well, welcome to New York. It's an interesting city in both the worst and best sense. Now, what can I do for you?
Hire me. I want to work for you, Miss Woodard.
What is it?
It's me. Are you busy?
No, come in.
How could you do such a thing to me? Maeve and Johnny thought it was bad enough when they found out I was partners with Tizo, even after he was dead. Now they find out I'm in business with someone who's told all these kind of lies and done all these terrible things to the Ryans. Look, I know Jack is impossible and rude, and I'm certainly glad that he's got his old reporting job back, so I don't have to look at him around here, but did you have to try and wreck his life like that? You really put me in a terrible position with the Ryans.